By the way, I had asked a lot of people on Instagram, like I put a poll up, and I asked if I should do another rap song or I should do a story time, and I got 10 votes for a story time and 7 for rap. So my next video will be rap song, and for this one, it's gonna be story time. I'm surprised because a lot of people like viewed it. A lot of people viewed it. I don't know. Am I finally making it? I don't know. Okay. The next clip will be the poll. Period. What's up, YouTube? It's Gutta Sriracha here, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Okay, guys, so today I'm gonna be talking about the time that I got sent to the mental hospital, okay? Not the asylum, the hospital. All right, so boom, this is what happened. I'm gonna try to let me take my glasses off for this one. I'm gonna try to be as straightforward as possible because I tend to, what do you call it? Not egg it on, but be extra in everything that I say and have a lot of passion in everything that I say. And sometimes people get lost into the sauce. Get it? But let me just explain what happens. It was the beginning of this month, March. It was the beginning of this month, and okay, let me rewind before I talk about the story time. Okay, so I suffer from anxiety and depression. I have anxiety, I get panic attacks if I'm very nervous. You know how people get butterflies? Okay, my butterflies are extreme. I have clammy hands. My breathing is cut short. I take short breaths, short, quick breaths, like that. I will literally cry if my panic attack is that bad. And my vision kind of gets blurry. It's just, because my body's just overwhelmed. And okay, the depression part, I have the irritable side of depression mostly, the irritable side, and financial stress. Okay, the irritable side is people always say anger issues, but I would say, or people with that type of depression would say it's more of an anxious, defensive type of person. I'm very defensive, coming from me growing up being bullied, people trying to bully me, and I used to fight my bullies, so that. I will just keep it short and sweet and say everything has a cause and an effect. Everything has a reason to it, and whatever I do, whatever I say has a reason behind it. I don't just I don't just talk just to talk. I don't just act just to act, okay? I take medication for it. I don't want anybody to think that I'm crazy or anything like that because I take medication for what I have. Everybody's born differently. Everybody has different types of emotions, every type of stress going on. A lot of people would say that, the problems I have, everybody has it, and basically put me in that category. And honestly, everybody's different, and I would never put anybody in a category who is diagnosed with it. I was born and raised with it. So yes, even though I'm from New York, it's loud, it's a lot of people, I still get anxious. I'm used to it, but I still get anxious because I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to put my disorders aside just because I'm used to it. No, you shouldn't be used to it. You need to treat it and overcome it. And it's not going to go away forever. I can only treat it for it to be less strong, less powerful than when I had it when I was a little kid. I used to see therapy growing up a lot. I used to see a lot of therapy before I started seeing a psychologist. I started seeing a psychologist when I was around 18, 20, 19. I'm about to be 20 now. But I started seeing one and I stopped seeing her because I just felt like since she's getting paid for it, my mindset was just since she's getting paid for it, it's like, fuck it. You know what I mean? Like, she don't care. She just getting paid for it at the end of the day. So even if she helped me or not, she still getting paid for it. You know what I mean? So that's why I just kind of I felt like I was in a position to where I either keep getting helped by her and she gets paid regardless, or overcome it myself. So I just stopped taking medication completely and thought that I could take care of it myself. And honestly, it got worse because when I started taking the medication, I take two bottles a day. And they weren't cheap either. Well, before it was, but now it's not cheap because it's a higher dose. The higher the dose, I think, is the more money it is to get it at the pharmacy every time. So, what else? Yeah, I stopped seeing her. I stopped taking medication. I stopped taking the medication for 5 months. Now, 5 months, that's a lot to somebody who's diagnosed with it. They said it's a chemical in your brain that's missing. Like everybody has different types of chemicals as a normal person. So this is a normal person, and then this is the person with the disorder. So I'm still like everybody else, but I'm still different mentally. Like I said, I don't want nobody to treat me different because of that. I don't want anybody to feel like I am disabled when I'm not. The only thing I'm really probably disabled in that the law would say is my glasses, because I have astigmatism in my eyes. So I need my glasses at all times when I'm driving. By the way, I need to get these fixed. I got into a fight with this nigga, and that's another story time to talk about. And this nigga probably owe me a new pair of glasses, bitch, because this shit is cheap. But anyway, now with the story time. So back to the story. So I got sent to the mental hospital back earlier this month, and it was not voluntary, it was involuntary. The police sent me there. And also when it comes to suicidal thoughts and attempts, I don't see that lightly. You should not take that lightly. If somebody has a suicidal thought or try to do suicide attempt or even cut themselves or anything, you need to handle it. Regardless of what they're saying, you need to handle it. It's a cry for help. Even if they're not saying anything, or even if they're trying to defend themselves and say that they don't have a problem and that everything's good, it's the opposite, and they're crying for help in between the lines. So you need to take care of that. So yes, that's what had happened. I had not a suicide attempt, but a suicidal thought, because me and my dad, we used to get into it a lot, and like I said, we used to can't help it. So I had a suicidal thought as soon as I was done with this one argument. We got into a heated argument over something. I don't think I remember. Every teenager is different. Every teenager is not gonna be a good teenager. Every teenager is gonna be rebellious and shit. And I'm rebellious. I grew up in a hard time. Even though my parents said they were there for me, they weren't there when they were at work. When they were at work, a lot of shit can happen when you're at work. Okay? So, yeah. I was a rebellious kid growing up, and it still stuck to me. It might stick to me forever. That's why I don't like when people talk about New York and say how it's so beautiful and how they would love to go there and how they think it's amazing and how they can have dreams and their dreams can come true over there and all that bullshit. No, it's not peaches and cream over there at all. I don't know why people keep gassing that shit up. The only thing they're probably thinking of is Times Square and Manhattan. That's what they're thinking about. I'm from the boogie side. I'm from where Pop Smoke and A Boogie with the hoodie and Cardi B is from. So I don't know. I don't like when people gas it up and think they know it. And just make me seem like I can't represent where I came from, because at the end of the day, I'm not from Houston. I'm not from here. I'm from New York. So if I were to go back, I would adapt very quickly to New York. I'm still adapting here. I'm not from here. I'm a resident here. I'm not a Houstonian. I'm not South. I'm not from the South. I'm not from the blah, blah, blah. I'm from the East Coast and forever will be. I'm just living here. I didn't ask to come here. My parents sent me here. They're here with me. I live with them here. So I did not ask to come here. I was just fine visiting every so often. But anyways, I keep see that's what I said about getting off track. Whatever way. Anyways. So yeah, me and my dad got into it. I said because he was locking me out about something. We got into it that one day as usual, but the argument got heated because I guess he wanted to show off in front of my auntie or whatever, and I called my best friend to come get me or whatever. No, I called my best friend to hang out because I just wanted to like take a breather. So I left the house. He basically was putting all my financial stuff on me, stress on me. And I didn't like that because that was part of the reason why I had panic attacks. I just feel like all the financial stress is going on me, like one after the other. I try to take care of this one and like 4 more come on me. And that shit is crazy. That's a lot for a 19-year-old, okay? I'm only 19. I'm not in my 30s to where I'm, used to it. I'm experienced. I'm not. So I left the house. I came back later at night and the door was locked because we have 2 locks. So I'm like, didn't he know that I left the house? He should have left the first lock unlocked so I can open the door. But I couldn't open it, so I got upset. And eventually, I was trying to ask my sister to open the door, and she had to ask my dad. And my dad told her, no, don't open the door for her. Don't open the door for her. Basically coaching her, and I didn't like that shit. So I turned around, I went to the back, opened the door. I yelled at my sister because I'm like, it's your sister. At the end of the day, I'm your guardian. Like, fuck what he's saying. Fuck what he's saying. I'm your guardian. And anything happens to this motherfucker is on me to take care of you. So you need to open the door for me. I don't care what the fuck people are saying. Open the fucking door. You know what I mean? So she started crying, and I started storming upstairs, and my dad's talking about don't yell at her like that, and I'm yelling at him, and I'm trying to jump in, because I'm just like, yo, like, what the fuck, nigga, like, at the end of the day, bro, like, I'm your daughter, like, nigga, you need to open the door for me, because if I leave, I leave. You always trying to threaten me that you're gonna kick me out. If I'm kicked out, if I'm gone, I'm gone. Like, I ain't gonna lie to you. You said it yourself. You said it yourself. You know that once I left for good. Like, I would really leave for good. Like, no turning back. You knew that. So I don't know why they keep throwing that shit in my face. I don't like that. You should never throw that shit in your kid's face at all. Don't do that. That shit will fuck with them mentally. So I got upset to the point after I did that, I called the police because I'm like, yes, I called the police. Okay, I don't give a fuck. I needed some type of law, a higher figure to talk to him because I felt like he didn't want to listen to me since I'm a girl and I'm his daughter and I'm, he thinks since I'm young, I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. So the cops came, they spoke to him, spoke to me, they asked me, they said, because the way I talked to them like I was emotionally upset. So I told them, I said, my dad, me and my dad got into it, growing up, it was hard for me because me and my dad always got into it. And so they basically asked me if I ever had suicidal thoughts. And I said, no. They said, did you? I said, yes, but not as often. They asked me, did I have one after I had the argument before I called 911? I said, yes. So I guess they took that and then they rolled with it and they, communicated, told my dad what happened, what I said. And my dad was shocked. I guess he was shocked for real. I don't know. Because, nigga, you acted like this shit was supposed to slide. Like, you acted like this wasn't going to take a toll on me growing up. I can't even find a right man because of you. You know what I'm saying? Like, my nigga, I've been single for how many years on and off with these niggas. And these niggas has treated me like bullshit because of you. Because of you, and I'm thinking it's sweet. And these motherfuckers is assholes and abusing me emotionally. And everybody telling me not to fuck with these niggas. And I'm fucking with them because of you. So they told me to get my shoes. I'm going to be going somewhere for the night. So I said, okay. So I got my stuff and I left. Now, I was behind the cop. I was in the back of the car. I wasn't handcuffed or nothing. And I was talking to the cop and all that shit. So I got to the hospital. And I'm like, I didn't know where I was at, honestly. Because we was in the back of the hospital. So I don't know where the fuck I was at, honestly. I don't know if they was trying to do that shit on purpose or what. So I got inside. And later the cop said bye to me. I said bye. So I'm thinking I'm just spending a night at the hospital. You know what I'm saying? Because maybe they thought I was something wrong. Like, hurt myself or something, whatever. I was talking to one of the doctors, and the doctors was interviewing me, asked me if I had insurance on this shit. I said, yeah. And I showed them my insurance card. They said, okay, well, stand up. We need to see if you have any laces or any. I said, okay, why? They said, we just need to make sure. I said, he said it's part of protocol. I said, whatever. Then they said that they need my keys, they need my, everything in my pockets out, they need my jacket. I said, what the fuck y'all need all these things for? Like, this is a hospital, right? He was like, yeah, it's part of protocol, blah, blah, blah. Then I said, can I at least keep my phone? He said, no, we're gonna have to take your phone. So as soon as I said that shit, I said, oh, fucking bitch, I'm in a damn mental hospital. So I texted my best friend. I don't think they knew I texted her, but I texted her and I said, just in case if anything happens, I'm at this hospital. Last time I texted you, I was at this hospital, and I'm gonna be here. I don't know how long I'm gonna be here. Just tell my parents, blah, blah, blah. That was that. My best friend got the hint, and that was that. Turned off my phone to save battery and put that shit in the bag. Changed my clothes into scrubs. And then they sent me to this room for the night. And the cops said I was going to stay there for one night. And I was going to leave in the morning once I talked to a doctor. I don't know if he lied to me or he didn't know what the hell was going to happen to me. But I was there for a fucking week. Okay? The doctor prescribed me medication to take. I recognized one of them, but the other one was a stronger dose of what I was usually taking. And that hole was hurting that was giving me cramps down here. Like, bad. I don't know if it was too strong for me or what, so they had to like cut it in half for me. But I see all these other people going nuts in the hospital, and I'm just like, where the fuck am I at, bro? They got two old school telephones and shit. Fuck, people could barely hear you. I gotta talk like this as if I'm in a fucking jail cell. Like, are you fucking serious, bro? The nurses, they ain't give a shit about us, really. I mean, they did their job, but honestly, they doing their job. Like I said, they didn't care. They didn't sit down and talk to us, nothing. Every 5 seconds, we taking vitals. We're taking blood pressure, shit. We're eating all these nasty-ass hospital food. Every minute, I'm drinking fucking orange juice. Like, yo, what? Take medication morning and night, okay? I was like, okay, I'm used to that shit. But everything else is fucking whack. Every 5 seconds, they're taking fucking cigarette breaks, and these motherfuckers don't need to be smoking nothing. Because how you in the mental hospital and you smoking to fuck up your head? Like, I don't know if they want you to stay longer or what. If they doing that shit on purpose or what. And I'm just like, okay. Because at first, they had me on a blue wristband, which was like 24-hour watch. I ended up being watched for fucking 3 days. I'm just like, yo, these other people getting their wristbands changed to green so they can go outside, and my ass is still on the blue wristband. So the first few days, I was just depressed. I didn't want to talk to nobody. But I'm just like, my nigga, what the fuck am I doing here? But then eventually I decided to say, yes, I needed help, and I just got the help and got my green band, went outside for lunch, whatever the fuck, and went outside for extracurricular activities, blah, 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 and met some cool people, blah, blah, blah. Did what I had to do to get the fuck out. They asked me if I wanted to fight the case to, like, leave early or like bullshit. And I didn't trust it because this guy said that this one lady tried to fight the case and she was there for an extra 2 months and she'd originally planned to be there. So it's not worth it. So I just said, I'm going to just sit here and take it. The most I'm going to be here is 2 weeks, I guess. 2 weeks. I left in a week. Come to find out, I was sent there involuntary, which means that I didn't have an option to leave or not. I was sent by the police, so I couldn't leave. Couldn't think I'm fucking gonna hurt myself. And I don't know. They didn't even tell me. The craziest thing is they didn't tell me in the car. They didn't tell me that I was going to no hospital. I was like, where the fuck am I going? They wasn't trying to tell me. I had to like say, yo, like where, like to make them know that I wasn't playing. Where the fuck am I going? They said I'm going to the hospital. I said, okay. My mistake is I should have asked what type of hospital. I'm thinking I'm going to a regular hospital. But anyways, like I said, I got the help I needed. And it surprised me to say you're leaving tomorrow. And I left. And that was that. Now, am I taking the medication? Yes, I'm taking the medication. I'm taking there's one medication bottle that I take throughout the day. If I feel like I'm gonna have a panic attack, I take it. Or if I even feel any type of, I take it. So I have that, and then I have this other one that I take in the mornings. But I need to get that one because that one is expensive. That shit's a whole $20 to pick it up. And the fat one was only $10. The one I'm taking now is only $10. So that was like a fucking $30. You think I'm about to pay for all that shit, huh? So, because first I'm thinking they giving it to me for free, but I forgot it's a damn pharmacy. So, yeah, that's that. How am I feeling? I'm feeling okay, I guess. Just living it day by day. Trying to do this YouTube thing so I can be well known and have a legacy behind me. To help my moves. Just like a therapy for myself. This is like a diary, you know what I mean? This YouTube, I'm considering this as like a diary for me. But if y'all like this video, please like, comment, subscribe, and tell me what y'all think down in the comment section below. And always remember to stay spicy. Because if you don't stay spicy, then nobody's going to want to taste you big. Bye, y'all.